Hello everybody. For dinner tonight, we are having a very simple dinner. It is Monday here. We are having chicken quesadillas. So I've got a little over 2 pounds of chicken that I'm going to thaw in the microwave. I bought a lot of these when they were on sale at my local Ingles. And I love that sale. I got some large tortillas. There's 8 of these. So that means each one of us will get 1 large tortilla for dinner. And that's more than enough. I'm serving it with some salsa and chips, and I got the salsa at Aldi's, but it is Simply Nature. It is organic. I've got some refried beans here that I'm going to serve up on the side. I've also got some sour cream. I've got some sharp cheddar that I'm going to grate up for the quesadillas. If I need more, I think I got a little bit in a bag that I might finish up as well. I've got an avocado out. I've got an onion out. And this is a family favorite. It's a family favorite fast dinner. So if it's one of those nights in your house where you got to get your family fed and you're tired and you're busy and you got things going on, grab some chicken and some tortillas or some cheese on the way home and you're good to go. Salsa and chips are just kind of, extra. The kids love those. So a very, very simple dinner tonight. And I'm going to get busy making it. Okay, so I know I've showed this, but these are really big tortillas. And that's why I think one person is more than enough. And they're so big, I have to put them on different trays. So I have one on a cookie sheet or on a pizza pan. I have one on a cookie sheet and another on a cookie sheet. And then when mine's done, I'll just use the pizza thing for Scott. So that was a lot of chicken. See, it cooked up to a lot. And I'm going to make Jackson's first just because he doesn't like onions and he's the only one. So we'll just kind of make it his way. This is one of his favorite meals. I just kind of pile on the chicken. And then the cheese. And I grated the cheese. It's a little healthier that way. No potato starch in our cheese, at least. I can't believe they put that in as a filler. Alright, so we're going to top that one. We're going to put it straight in the oven right now. Okay, so I got these 2 with onions. And then I've got Scott's stuff over there. So we can put another one in right now. And I can check on this one. It's getting there. I kind of just press down as it's baking or melting. Okay, so dinner is served. The boys have got their tortillas. We got some salsa, and Scott's still at work, but I got to feed them a little bit early because of school. And Scott will eat when he gets home. I'm going to eat with the kids tonight, and we're discussing chores. Hello everybody. So tonight is Tuesday. I am making a very simple burgers and fries. You might have already seen it. I don't remember everything we had last week, but Jackson requests this like once a week. Tonight it's my easy meal. I was kind of in the kitchen organizing and cleaning, so I don't really have a lot of time to devote to dinner tonight, but I still got to make something. So I've got some lean ground beef right here, some of the Smart Classic Alexia crinkle cut fries. I also have some ciabatta rolls that I'm going to serve the burgers up on because I really like these for hamburgers. And I'm also going to do 1 roasted acorn. We forgot to cook these at Thanksgiving, so I have 2 more. And, I don't know if I really want french fries or not, but I will definitely eat the roasted acorn. And I want, both the boys to have a little bit, Jackson and Zane, and Scott might want a little bit. But I'm not making too much of the roasted acorn because we're having some other things. And I'll season up the ground beef in just a few minutes, but I'm going to get the acorn cut up and get it kind of roasted away in the oven. It's going to take a little bit longer than everything else. So just in case you haven't seen what's inside of an acorn, it's just like squash. It is a squash, actually. You've got your seeds in. You're going to get those out, and then I'm going to slice it up and put it in some type of cookie sheet or like something to roast it in. Haven't decided on that yet, but I'm going to scoop the seeds out and then I'm going to cut it up. So I sliced the squash up. You can kind of see how I did that. Now, this is really not an easy item to cut. So make sure your knife is sharp. I sharpened mine right before cutting it up. And you cut it, you know, from the outside to get the seeds and to get into the flesh. But once you have those two halves, cut through the flesh and it's easier. So all I did was put them in this small little casserole dish, and I added just a little olive oil and some like garlic salt. So I'm going to pop that into the oven. I have my oven going at 400. I'm just going to let that roast for a little while. I'll come back. I'll add a little brown sugar and just a drop of honey to them, and they will be delicious. So the acorn squashes cooked for a while. I sprinkled over some brown sugar and drizzled over just a little bit of honey. Back in they go for a couple minutes. So there's the delicious acorn squash. Yum, yum, yum. So here is dinner. It's done. It's easy. Now, Zane's is on the ciabatta roll with some french fries, the acorn squash. I'm not putting it on a big plate tonight. Don't think we need a big plate. Jackson didn't want the ciabatta roll, so his is on a bun. He's got one piece of squash that I want him to eat and french fries, and that is our dinner tonight. Hello everybody. For dinner tonight, we are having potato soup, salad, and homemade dinner rolls. So I'm going to use my Cuisinart bread maker to make the dinner rolls. Super easy. It's just going to make the dough for me. So I'm going to get started so it can be doing that while I'm getting some other stuff ready. So I've got everything out on how I have to put it in the bread machine, and I think this is super important. I have hot water from my kettle, and I don't mind it being a little hotter or warmer than required, because by the time I add everything else, I generally think it's cooled down. So one thing that I did forget to do a while back was add my paddle. So I had to like reach down and, you know, try not to let the yeast get down into the water and all that first. So I added my paddle like I'm supposed to, and now I'm going to start just getting everything in it. And I have my little tablet back here with the directions. So super easy. These little mixing cups that I keep on the counter are so convenient. So there's my 1 cup of water. Let's get that in. And it goes. Now we need, oh, I need an egg too. I forgot the egg. 2 tablespoons of margarine, softened. And I have a little knife here, so I'm going to get that in. 1 egg going in. 1 cup of bread flour. 2 cups. 3 cups. And 1/4 of a cup straight in. I like to kind of level mine out. I don't know why, but I do. 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And I need 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm just going to grind it kind of in there. Super fast and easy, and it doesn't have to actually be like spot on, but I'm pretty close. And now 3 teaspoons of bread machine yeast right on top. Alright, now we're just going to shut the lid. Oops, let me get it on the counter better. And now we're going to come in and go through. And we just want the dough, which is number 10. Start. Okay, so we only have about 2 minutes until it's ready to come out of the bread machine, the dough. Now I've got a large Ziploc baggie here. I am going to put half of the dough mixture roughly in here, and I'm going to use that for garlic bread when we have lasagna in a day or two. Now I have a little bit of flour, and I'll dust my hands with that before I get that dough out. I also have my cookie sheet here with some parchment, and I have a clean dishcloth to cover it up because it needs to rest for 10 minutes. Then I'll shape the dough into little balls, and then it will rest for 30, and during that time I'll make the potato soup. So very simple. I just got to remember to get the bread in earlier whenever I'm making fresh bread, and then we won't have a late dinner. Okay, to ensure that I did separate it right, I got out the scale. It's my little baking scale. And I'm going to cover this up, give it 10 minutes. So let me figure out what that time that would be. That will be 6:50. And then I'll get it into its little rounds. This dough is going to go into this baggie. And again, that will be for the garlic bread that I'm going to make. So I think, this makes 15 or 16 dinner rolls. And, half of that is plenty for us at one meal. So, in it goes. And it will just live in the fridge for a day or two. You can't leave it in there too long. I would say a week at most. But this should work, hopefully. And we'll give that 10 minutes. And I'll clean my little bench scraper and my scale. So the bread is done. I got half the dough here, half the dough under here. We're just letting it rest for about 10 minutes. And then I can start making the little balls of dough to make our delicious, delicious dinner rolls. So to go with the potato soup, I need to cook up some of this bacon. So we have some baking toppings. And then I got out just a few things for some simple salad. And I'm probably going to go ahead and make the simple salad and get it on the plates. That way, that's one less thing I have to think about. So on we go with getting the bacon ready. So at this point, the salads are done. They're just little tiny salads. I shredded some cheese. I cooked some bacon. Got all the bowls out. I've got over here my potatoes that I need to peel. I've got one onion that I'm going to put in the soup. Jackson decided tonight that he doesn't like potato soup anymore. Don't know where that came from, but he's going to have to deal with it. And I'm only putting one onion in, though. And I also have my bread rows rising right here. And don't worry, the stove isn't on or nothing. And the oven is warm, and that vent back there is allowing heat to escape, and it helps them rise a little bit faster. So I'm just kind of letting them do their own things. I'm going to go ahead and start peeling potatoes, and these have about 15 more minutes, maybe 20 before I can put them in the oven. So I'm just going to get everything going with the soup. So to my soup, I add some milk. I don't drain it. I leave the water in, and I only cover the water to the top of the potatoes. And then I add some milk, and I add 1 stick of butter for the size of a pot of soup. And I left my potatoes pretty big this time. And I'm going to let it kind of sit here, and then I'm going to add just a few instant mashed potatoes, just a little bit to thicken it up. My cute little dinner rolls are done. And now we're just waiting to get the soup done and eat. So here's dinner, you guys. Soup, salad, and we got the little toppings. It is time to eat. My kids are starving. It is a little bit later. Scott just walked in, and he will fix him a bowl in 10 or 15 minutes. So time to eat. This is our dinner tonight. We are at dinner, everybody. Sky is taking a shower. Zane probably thinks I'm starving, as does Jackson, but we are eating. And I'm hungry. Hello, everybody. Tonight for dinner, we are using some of our leftover turkey. See, I have this big breast piece and some other additional meat that was left over from Thanksgiving. I thawed it out last night, and I'm going off of just a taste. It's going to be kind of like a turkey pot pie with cheddar biscuits. You can kind of see my screen's bright, I know. And I'm kind of adapting it to us. So I have some celery here and an onion. I'm going to saute those up in a skillet. I have some frozen peas. I do have canned carrots. I'm having canned carrots simply because it usually takes too long for the carrots to really get tender. I have the leftover turkey. I have some chicken broth. And I'm going to need some thyme and butter. But I'm going to get started because I got to get dinner going. So the butter, thyme, celery, and onion are starting. Okay, I added about 1/4 cup of flour over my vegetables. Now I'm going to add my carrots. So I added in the carrots. I added in 3½ cups of chicken stock. All those dark little bits are going to be really delicious. It has the flour in it. So this is the base, and I'm just letting it come to a boil so I can add it to my casserole And in the casserole, I'm going to go ahead and add the turkey and the peas. This only needs to boil for a minute or two. So there's our base right in the casserole. I'm going to sprinkle in all this turkey. We have a lot. And I'll stir it in, and then I'm going to stir in the peas. You can't tell me that doesn't look good like on its own. So I'm going to make the dough now. So I have all the dry ingredients, the flour, the baking soda, the baking powder, the cheeses, about a cup of cheddar and 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan that I grated up, and now we got some butter. So I'm going to take my rings off. I'm going to get in there and really get that butter worked in, and then I'm going to add the buttermilk that I already have measured out. I didn't wash these. There's flour in these, and that's all that was really in there. So I'm going to get these done. So there you go. You can see I got the biscuits in, and I'm ready to put this in a 400-degree oven. I might serve it up with some mashed potatoes, and that is our dinner tonight. It will be very simple, very quick, very easy. Goes into a 400-degree oven. If you were curious about the recipe for the cheddar biscuits, it is the exact recipe on just a taste. I can't lift that with one hand, so I'm going to put it in the oven, and then I will get the rest of dinner going. Okay, it's out of the oven. Look at it bubbling still. Look at that. Does that not look really, really good? I'm just waiting on the mashed potatoes. This was simple, easy. And, I mean, it wasn't as easy as just using pre-made pie crust, but it was easy in regard to mixing it up. Anybody can do it. You don't need a mixer. You could totally use chicken, like roasted chicken that maybe you have left over, or you could even buy one, like over the weekend at your grocery store, like one of those whole roasted chickens. You could tear the meat off and you could totally make this. Very, 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 very simple. And so I'm just going to let it sit here. It's really, really hot. And then I will, once the mashed potatoes are done, I'll plate it up. And tonight I'm going to serve it on the little owl plates because they're kind of like rimmed really well. I know these might look like, you know, a dessert plate or whatever, but we're using them for whatever we want. This is where Jackson shipped it when he was getting it out of the dishwasher. But I'm going to eat with Scott, but I'll show you the kids' plates in just a couple minutes. Hello, everybody. Tonight is Friday. It is late here, and we are just doing leftovers. Very, very simple. We have potato soup. We have some more of the turkey pot pie, and that's what I'm having tonight. You know, just a very simple dinner, and trying to also use up a lot of stuff we already have in the refrigerator. I don't like to waste food, and sometimes I think leftovers taste so much better a couple nights after you make it. So I am having the turkey pot pie with the cheddar biscuit, and that's my dinner tonight. Hello, everybody. Tonight for dinner, we are having like a cheesy pasta taco bake. So I'm starting off with some ground beef and some onion. I'm browning that up. I will drain any grease from that comes, but it is supposed to be lean, but we'll see. I also have some pasta out. This is the pasta shape I'm using. It's kind of like the rigatoni. And I am getting the water ready for that. Now, basically, all I'm going to do is season this up with a lot of taco sauce. And then I'm going to mix this with the pasta, with the pasta that's cooked. And put all that in a casserole with lots of yummy cheeses, including cream cheese. So, easy, delicious, and I think my kids will love it. I also need to make a quick little salad to go with it, and we'll be set. So in here I have a small amount of cream cheese, and then I used one of the Velveeta cheese sauces with the queso in it as like the base. So I also drained my pasta, and that is ready now to go in with the meat mixture in a casserole. Okay, so I mixed everything together, and it looks really, really yummy and gooey. And now I'm just going to grate some cheddar cheese right on top. I'm going to pop this in the oven for probably 15 minutes around 375, and during that I'll make a very quick salad and dinner will be done. Okay, so dinner is served up. You can see it's kind of resemblant of a hamburger helper, And, you know, that queso cheese is really yummy. I have a little side salad and milk for the boys. We are about to sit down for dinner. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed some of the meals. They're a little more heartier. We had some leftovers, definitely on the potato soup and also on the turkey pot pie that we were able to eat, you know, after we originally served them. So this is dinner. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to get subscribed, and I will see you tomorrow with a new day in the life vlog.